You Know What? By Ninjya Popo, illustrated by Sayo Akimoto, based on a story by Haruo Uchiyama. You know what? Lots of creatures make Mother Earth their home. Fish, insects, trees, flowers, of course humans, and even invisible bacteria. Each is linked to the other and is not isolated. This is called the ecosystem. You know what? The ecosystem is like a big circle with all these creatures linked together. Big creatures eat smaller ones and even bigger creatures eat the big ones. The creature's feces, poo, becomes food for bacteria. The waste from the bacteria contain nutrients that become food for plants, helping them grow. Insects then eat the plants. The insect in turn becomes food for animals. With all the creatures living this way, the circle of life is complete. It makes me a little sad, but all creatures take the lives of other beings in order to live. But these creatures also give their lives for another being. This feeding that keeps going around and around like a big circle is called a food chain. And like a line of a circle, the circle of the chain has no end. But you know what? This chain is easily destroyed by small changes around it. Once broken, no one can put it together again, or it will be very hard to put everything back in place. Do you know the bird called ahodori in Japanese? Ahodori means stupid bird in English. They are very big white seabirds. I think the name is albatross in English. Why are they called such a funny name in Japanese? Where do they live? Let me tell you about these stupid birds. They live in a small uninhabited island in the Pacific Ocean called Torishima, Bird Island. The population of ahodori on the island has climbed into the hundreds of thousands. Did you know? In the old days, fishermen called the bird okino tayu or okino odori, which is all Japanese that sounds very respectful, like the word used to talk about a deity or god. That's because these stupid birds were actually like a deity, because villagers believed that when the birds appeared, fishermen would have a good bountiful catch, so they cherished the bird as a kind of deity that brought good luck. Then, do you want to know what happened? This was the Meiji era, when Japan was a very poor country. Japanese would need a plenty of money to grow their economy so they could catch up with the rest of the world. And just at this time, people discovered that ahodori's feather could fetch a high price if sold foreign countries. They used the feather in comforters. This is why they ended up capturing many ahodori to pluck their feathers. Hundreds of thousands were killed in a short time. What happened then? Why could people catch the birds so easily? These birds are kind of big and move awkwardly. They also are not at all afraid of human beings. Therefore, people could catch them without much effort. That is why they become known as ahodori, because of their stupidity. You know what else? The Japanese at the time never thought one ahodori would disappear from the planet. They believed ahodori would be around forever. When I learned that, I started to feel like those Japanese were the one who should have been called stupid, ahobito, not the bird. Of course, after that, the time did come when no ahodori could not be seen on the island anymore, and Torishima turned into just another island. What do you think happened then? After the ahodori disappeared, Torishima's special silver grass started disappearing, and even fish were no longer caught in the waters around the island. After the ahodori disappeared, the island changed a lot, and so did the sea. Why do you think that is? Does it have to do with the food chain that we talked about changing too? You know what? When the ahodori disappeared from the island, what changed on the island? Well, The easiest change to see was the color change. When Ahodori lived on the island was white, but after, it changed to a black island with only its rugged rock showing. Why? When the Ahodori still lived there, the island looked completely white because the Ahodoris themselves are completely white birds, and also they covered the island with their white bird droppings, poo. It's hard to believe, but the droppings were the key to everything, the link between all the creatures. You know what? Bird droppings are decomposed by bacteria, and eventually they become the nutrients for plants. Small streams of rainwater wash the nutrients in the soil into the sea. Plankton eat it. Fish gather to eat plankton around the island. Birds eat these fish. The bird droppings are then decomposed by bacteria, so the bird poop makes plants and even fish grow. The circle of life, the ecosystem in Torishima was created in this way. But Japanese people had robbed Torishima Island of its Ahodori. Then, you know what? All of us believed Ahodori had gone extinct, but luckily, a few birds had survived. That was when some people decided to try to protect Ahodori against harm. They were also Japanese. At first, they visited Torishima each year to research the bird. They observed them, studied their environment, and decided to plant silver grass. Then, they placed Ahodori decoy at intervals. It took 20 years, but they made an entire Ahodori colony, which of course was fake. You know what happened then? The real Ahodori, which had been keeping their distance from the area one by one, started making their home there again. The birds, happy to be back in their old home, started to getting together as couple, and next thing, baby birds started hatching. It took a very long time, but their numbers increased and eventually they could breed on their own. Did you know? Our blue little planet is home to up to 7,800,000 different living creatures. Did you know? Of these, humans only know about 1 million. Did you know? Sadly, of these 24,000 species are facing the risk of extinction. Did you know? Overhunting, global warming, and invasion of introduced species. These are to be blamed for putting some species in danger of extinction. It was human beings who created the problem. And extinction is a very serious problem. It means cutting the circle that binds all beings together. Someday, this will come to hurt human beings. Certainly, this will come to hurt human beings. At the end of the day, human beings are in the creature's circle. You know what? Every variety of creature, even one single species in the millions that exist matters. Even an ant, even an earthworm, even an earth. They are our precious companions. Each has an important role to play on the earth. Each of us lives our lives intensively. Of course, human beings too are needed in the circle in nature, but they have destroyed nature. Luckily, they have the force to fix nature, even to recreate nature. We all must live fully with heart and soul to find out our own role. So, let's get to know the truth and get a broader view on vision. Do you remember the English name for Ahodori? It's albatross. It had been designated an endangered species, but miraculously the Japanese have restored the bird's population, though with great effort. By next year, 2018, the Japanese albatross population is expected to reach 5,000. When the time is right, albatrosses will finally no longer be an endangered species.